Hello, hello. This is Jamie Steele with Tidy Your Time in Pflugerville, Texas. I help busy individuals take control of their digital life and calendar so they can focus on their passions. If you're watching this, let me know you're here. I'm going to just check and make sure I am actually live. So bear with me for just a second. Yes, it looks like I'm live. Wonderful. So today I'm going to be sharing my screen and teaching you all about Trello. First, I want to get my screen set up to share. Okay, great. So if you're watching, let me know you're here in the comments. I'd love to know that you're here. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. If I don't see your question during the live, then I will answer it afterwards. Oh, yay, somebody loves Trello. Let me know who you are. I'm using StreamYard, so you have to approve StreamYard to let me know what your name is, and I can't go back and forth yet. So I'm happy you love Trello. I hope you get some new information out of today. We are going to be taking a pretty basic view of Trello. I know a lot of people don't know what Trello is, so we're going to be going over some of the terminology and what a list is, what a card is, all kinds of good stuff. And we'll even get into the Butler and the power-ups. So bear with me for a little bit and I'll define all those terms for you in just a second. So before we get started, I do want to tell you I have another project coming up. It is the Task Management and Time Blocking Virtual Summit. It is a 3-day online conference from Thursday to Saturday, March 4th through 6th. So that's coming up pretty quickly. I'm going to be presenting on the 4M approach to productivity and how to manage your priorities, your tasks, your calendar, and your energy. It is a free event. Most of the sessions will be pre-recorded, but if you buy an all-access pass, then you will get extra sessions and extra interviews. What else do I want to tell you about that event? It's run by Francis Wade of Schedule U, and he has actually in this year has included developers, paper planner designers, and instructional game creators to help you improve your task management and time blocking. It's going to be a fun event. I did it last year and it was a great event. Lots of great resources for time blocking. He's expanded it this year to include task management. So I feel like it's really right up my alley and a lot of you could benefit from it, especially with it being a free event. I'll put a link to it in the comments after the live today. So Trello. Trello is an app that allows you to organize anything in a visually pleasing manner. If you like lists or sticky notes, Trello is usually something great for you. Yeah, somebody asked about StreamYard. It's the way I'm going live. It's a program that allows me to share my screen and just do these live videos. I can do fun banners and it's really a neat little tool. I haven't used it to its fullest capability, but today is the first time I'm sharing my screen. So we'll see how that goes. So we're going to learn how to utilize Trello to tidy your time and become positively productive. A little bit about how I use Trello. I use it for systems and processes. Like for these pop-up trainings, I have a card that lists all the things I need to do to get ready for the pop-up training. I also use it to store information like my affiliate links. It's an easy to just go to one place, grab the link I need and post it instead of having to find the website, find the right page, and then get the link and post it that way. So it really is handy to keep information you access regularly at hand. So you can, the only real limit to Trello is your imagination. And I think the real power of Trello does come when you upgrade to Trello Gold. It's not that much per year, and it gives you so much more flexibility in how you view your boards and interact with your boards. Now that I've talked about all of these jargony words about Trello: board, list, card, power up, team. I haven't even mentioned teams yet, but yes, you can collaborate in Trello too. Let's just go through what each of those means real quick. So a board is a place to organize your project with lists and tasks. A list is just that. It's a category on your board, and I'll share my screen soon, so this will become more clear. A card is a task that you have added to a list, and cards can be moved between lists to track status on a task. A power-up is an add-on that changes the view of Trello or that integrates with other apps to create automations. I love automations. I am presenting on automations for NAPO 2021. I'm going to be going over IFT and Zapier and how to utilize it to streamline business processes. So, and then a team in Trello is a group of members that are assigned to specific boards. So that is the jargon defined. And I'm going to jump in. Let's see, I'm going to click share my screen. And then I'm going to, oh, you know what? It's giving me troubles. Give me just a second. Okay, there's the button, share. Okay, so let's see. I don't know how well you guys can see that. Let me know if you can see it. I can make it bigger if it needs to be bigger. But this is the home board of Trello. And if I stop looking at you, I'm looking at my other screen that I'm sharing so I know where I'm going. So these are all example of boards as current week, home, processes and links. I'm going to go down here and I am going to go to the boards for my Tidy Your Time team. This is I don't have anybody on this team yet, but if I had, say, a virtual assistant, I may invite her to my Tidy Your Time team so we could share and collaborate on social media posts. Each one of these is a board right here. So let's create a new board, and you'll see that it's very easy to type in the title. So we'll call it Positively Productive. I'm horrible at typing and spelling, so bear with me if I have to backspace a lot. So you can add your title really easily. You can then select what background you want. When you upgrade, so you can do pictures or you can do colors. When you upgrade, you can actually upload your own backgrounds, which is really cool to really customize. And you can see they have a whole bunch. Let's go with the Ferris wheel. So we've picked a background and now we are going to create board. Another thing you can do with boards is you can start with a template. There are lots of public templates out there. So if you have a standard process, you can search the templates to see if somebody matches your process and if you can utilize their board. There are lots for home organizing. I can't think of any other examples right now, but there are lots of templates out there. I have a Trello template that is for time mapping and task management, and I'll show that to you a little bit later. So right now we're just going to create this board. And you can see that the first thing right up here is that you can create a list title. So this would be my best example of making lists in Trello, and the easiest to explain is a to-do, doing, done. So we'll call this first list to-do. And if I hit enter, it will add the list, doing and done. So the thought here in Trello is what you would do is you would download your brain. We've talked about downloading your brain last week when we were talking about the art of list making. So you download what you need to do. I need to review my presentation. I need to email my clients. And notice how I'm using verbs when I'm putting my to-dos in there. Really important to use action words to describe what you're doing so you know what to do later. So those are two examples of tasks or cards. When you click on the task or the cards, you get a whole bunch more options. You can add members to a card. So if you were working with a team with a VA, you could add them to your card. You can label cards with colors, and you can actually edit the names of the card. So we'll call this one, what am I in? Review my presentation. We'll call this label presentation because I have 3 presentations coming up, I think. So let's save that. And then, so we'll click presentation and you can see where it adds it on the label. You can give a better description. So this is for the task and time summit. Just so I realize I spelled task wrong, but I think y'all will forgive me. So you can put a more detailed description, and then you can have comments on each card. So if there's something you don't want to forget about the card. Other things you can do besides members, labels, you can add checklists. You can title your checklist whatever you want. I'm just going to leave it as checklist right now. So create graphics, share about summit. And then as you click things off, it shows you your progress on the checklist. I think that's really handy as a visual cue. Some of these checklists can get really long. You can hide completed items. You can delete the whole checklist if you want. And then you can see down at the bottom where it tells you all the actions that are being taken on the card. So that's really handy if you need to go backwards and figure out when you did something, who did something, what's going on with the project. You can also assign due date. So we'll put this is due on Thursday, and you can schedule reminders. So really important, again, when you're making a list and you're planning on taking action on something, to put a due date, because if you don't, Parkinson's law, work will expand to fit the time allotted for it. So attachments are great for adding files or graphics. It follows the card, so you can also attach links like website links if you don't want it to just be a comment. It will, let's see if I have a link in here. What's in here? Nope. So HTTPS. Tidy your time website. And I just want to show you where that attaches. So it shows up at the top under the description, so you don't have to search the comments for appropriate links. If you add a link in a comment, it will give you the option to save it as an attachment, so it's easier to find on the card. Okay. Covers are fun. Now you can actually add a picture or a color to the top, which makes the card a little more interesting on your list. So that's fun. We'll keep that lying there because I need to be strong and review that presentation. So let's close this card out. And another great thing, so I'm reviewing my presentation. I have this long list. I want to know what I'm working on. So I can easily click and drag the card over to the appropriate list. And when it's done, I can drag it over to done. This is a great way to battle the Zeigarnik effect. I'm throwing some effects and laws out there at you. But the Zeigarnik effect states that we tend to remember things that we haven't completed over things that we have completed. So we're having a running tally of what you've done is a great morale booster at the end of the day when you feel frazzled and you're not exactly sure what you've worked on. What else? You can search cards in Trello, so that's really handy. You can add stickers to cards in Trello. Let's see if it will let me put it on there. Yeah, so you can just drag and drop, and it will allow, you can put stickers. What fun. We all like stickers, right? Especially when they're not sticking to us. Let's see what's in the more here. I'm not going to go. You can copy boards. You can also copy cards and recreate them, use them as templates. Let's see what else. We wanted to talk about the Butler. The Butler is something that I'm somewhat new to. I have just started using it. Like, I created a Butler button that would put a big old check mark on anything I had done. And that's in my NAPO Austin boards. But it also, because this is a new board, it's not giving us suggestions, but usually there's suggestions after you've used a board a lot. So creating a button is the easiest thing to do. Oh, I thought it was going to give me, let's create a button. There it is. There's create a button. So button name, I'm going to call it check mark because I want everything that I do. I want to push a button and have it show a big green check mark so I really know it's done. So add, remove, content fields. I think I did this. See, I told you I'm not very good at Butler yet. You could have a button, like if you have the same checklist on multiple cards, you can set it up to do this, to add, just click a button and it adds that checklist to the card. There are board buttons. This appears at the top of the board, and you could, if you have a weekly to-do list, you could hit a button that creates cards for Monday and for your week going forward. I'm going to click out of Butler. I realize I need to do more research on it. I thought I was going to be able to go in there and be like, bam, 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 here you go. This is how you use it. It isn't very intuitive to me, but there are some handy features in there. Power-ups are, they allow you to see your boards in different ways. Like there's a calendar view. Featured power-up. Let me search for it. Calendar. So we added that power-up to this board, and now we can click up here. It's up at the top of the board. Click calendar power-up and see how it shows. Since we put a due date on review my presentation, it shows up in the calendar view. I want to say there are Gantt charts you can do for power-ups. There are so many different ways to use power-ups, but the most commonly used one is the calendar. I am going to go, where am I going to go? I'm going to close this calendar. And then you can see on the right-hand side all of the activity that happens on the specific board. So that's, again, handy if you're trying to figure out what's happened on a project, I just wanted to move that sticker because it's bothering me. It's on the lion's face, but I can't. So yeah, you can track what's being done in Trello. You can collaborate in Trello. The free version of Trello has amazing capabilities. There are unlimited personal boards and up to 10 team boards. You can attach up to 10 megabytes of files to your cards, which is good to know. There's also an affiliate link for everybody. You don't have to sign up. Let me see if I can find that real quick. It's probably under your profile. I don't want to show too much personal information, so I'm not going to go there, but there is a way to share Trello and share a link. And if they sign up, you get Trello Gold for like a month free. So that's how I get Trello Gold. So we went over boards and lists. Another popular type of board you could do is like books you want to read. You could categorize them by fiction, to be read, fantasy, sci-fi, romance. The possibilities are endless. I'm creating a Trello board to track automations that you create with Ift and Zapier. So if something breaks, you have a starting point of where to look and what automation could have gone wrong. I'm just scrolling to see if there's anything else that I wanted to talk. Do we have any questions? I'm not seeing any questions, but let me know if you have any. I think that was the main part of Trello. So I'm going to show you, I told you I would show you the time map board, and this is it. So what you do is you can get this for signing up for my email list on my website, and it will email you the links to the templates. And you basically come through. I have it separated into day of the week. There's a the task list and how to use the board. But it's divided up by day of the week, and then you would put in your time map times for the different categories of tasks that you're doing. So my morning routine, and I have a checklist for my morning routine. Workday startup, I have a checklist for workday startup too. If I in my task list had any client outreach, I would move that under the reach out to pipeline. So I would know that it needs to be done in between a specific time. There are detailed instructions about how to use it over on the left. And all you do is you make a copy of it, because you create a board from template, because it will be locked and you won't be able to edit it until you do that. But this is a great place to download your brain, hit enter after each task item, and it will add a card. If you have a task list, a digital task list already started, like say an Evernote or OneNote, and you want to try out Trello, a really cool tip is that you can copy and paste into Trello, and each line will become a card on a list. So that's a really handy tip to get started with Trello fast. I think that is all I have to go over today, unless I have any questions. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Okay. I hope you learned a lot about Trello and you see how it could be useful for revving up your productivity. It's a great place to keep a digital list and move it along in your processes. So even if you have more phases than to do, doing, done, you can add those phases across, and it allows you to track not only who's working on the task, but at what phase they're in on that task. I want to remind you again about the Task Management and Time Blocking Summit. It is March 4th through 6th, Thursday through Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope to see you there. If anybody is interested in digital organizing, combining all your cloud services into one place you go to look for your files, that is what I've been doing the most of lately. Everybody's realizing that in this new all digital world that they need to have some organization and structure for that digital data. I'm also helping people with productivity. You can always book a free call. I'll put the link to the summit in the comments after the Facebook Live. So it will be coming at you soon. And I think that is it. Oh, the productivity. I'm offering productivity services, and we really look at your ideal schedule. We create a time map so your tasks can fit into containers. It's one of the things that I've really come to understand with time management and task management is that your tasks do need a container to go into, and that's why we create the time map. So if you're interested in learning more, you can visit my website, tidyyourtime.com, and book a free call. It's a free tidy talk, 30 minutes, and I'll get to know you and your needs, and we'll see how I can help you. It was great talking to you all today. I hope you learned a lot, and I will see you next week on Tuesday, where I think we're busting myths about to-do lists. Talk to y'all later.